Hello.
Hey.
How's it going?
Mellow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We're back. Started for 10.
Yeah.
My voice is a little fade.
Need more beer.
Croaky. We'll lubricate.
Get the beer in there. Gone Asian this week.
Yes. Asian after last week's.
Tsingtao.
After last week's, like,
Last week we were on Polish.
Polish. It was a European beer.
Tiski.
Now we've got non-European.
Now we're on Tsingtao.
In the interest of bias. We're not biased.
No, we're not biased on any point. Yes, Asian beer. It's nice. It's got rice in it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's rice. Yeah.
That makes it.
Yeah.
The Chinaman making the rice beer.
Don't say Chinaman.
Can you not say Chinaman?
I don't think so.
Welshman?
That's
Englishman?
probably okay. Scotsman.
So why do they get the knickers in a twist?
I don't know.
The Chinaman. Are they going to come after me?
Don't say that, because there'll be triads knocking on your door before you know
Oh
it.
no. Damn it.
In Chudley.
I do not want the Chudley triads coming back. Right, as somebody pointed out, we should probably introduce ourselves at the start of these podcasts,
Yeah.
because it's actually become quite hard to know who's who. So, he's George.
Hello, my name's George.
And I'm Angus.
Yeah, he's Angus.
Yeah. You should have done it. You should have gone, and he's Angus. And it would look like we'd have planned something.
Oh, then it would have been beautifully produced.
But we're not. We're
Our
not.
voices change occasionally.
Well, mine just becomes more and more croaky.
Yeah. Mine's sometimes really deep.
But he's silky smooth.
Silky smooth.
Silky smooth. Right. Started for 10.
Started for 10.
Straight in.
What we got?
This week we're going to Alabama.
Alabama.
Oh, yes. Where firefighters have rescued a teen girl from a giant Barney head.
Barney.
As
What?
in
The purple dinosaur.
Barney the purple dinosaur.
Was she dressed as Barney?
She was... It's described... a 15-year-old girl was trapped for a harrowing 45 minutes, was rescued by trustful firefighters. She's called Darby Reisner, and she was stuck in the head of Barney the Dinosaur. The big plush purple head of Barney the Dinosaur. Not to be confused with any other big plush purple heads.
I want to know how she got her head in there in the first place. Was she dressed up as him or what?
Yeah. The last thing on her mind at that point was, I love you, you love me. The head was closing in on me. It was like stuck in a small place and I can't get out panicking. Oh, there's a video here. Maybe you have some audio of her screaming. This is the...
It's hurting my upper arms, and it took a long time to get these things big.
It's just looped. It's like a Snapchat of her trying to get this thing off her head. So it was a prank that she put it on, and then it's like a girl's sleepover, and then she got stuck, and then she had to go to they say, oh my. They just
If you could see Angus's facial expression, it just dropped.
They had to like smear her up in Vaseline and stuff to try and get it off. She had to get vazzed up.
I'll never say that again.
Lubricate her out.
Fantastic.
The firefighters tried to pull off the head too, but their efforts were to no avail. She was so small that when they tried to lift the head with all their strength, they lifted her off the ground. So they had to hold her down by her feet. And with the Vaseline on her arms, they described it as like trying to wrestle a greased pig. Ever wrestled a greased pig?
Once, but we won't talk about it.
We're not allowed to talk about that. No. There are limits on the podcast. Some stuff is off limits. And George wrestling the greased pig will never be talked about.
I saw a video the other day of someone straightening a pig's tail.
I saw that.
I think it's brilliant.
That was quite interesting, wasn't it?
Really cool.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, look it up on YouTube.
You just had to sort of press. There was a pressure point on his back almost.
Yeah, and it straightened the tail.
Hmm.
It's amazing.
Is there any purpose or the reason why there?
I don't know. There must be. Why they have curly tails?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not sure. If anyone knows.
Yeah. Surely someone knows.
Get in
We're
touch.
in Devon. There's got to be enough people here that know these sort of things.
Yeah, but this is worldwide.
That's true.
This is worldwide.
Worldwide.
Don't do the creepy voice.
The creepy announcer voice.
I did. I watched a Oh, what's it called? What's the BBC thing? The Panorama.
BBC One.
You're in that mood, are you? Great. Way. On Panorama, they were talking about growing human organs
Oh yeah.
in pigs
Oh yeah.
by injecting stem cells. But at the moment, Team Ethics get the knickers in a twist.
I know it's a difficult situation.
They put the
isn't it?
brakes
Who's
on it.
right? Who's wrong?
Well, what they do at the moment is they inject the stem cells into the embryo, allow it to develop for 16 days, confirm that it has human DNA in it, and then terminate it.
Right.
Great. Brilliant. So potentially we've already done it. But now we're just waiting.
Wait, hang on. Say that again. What do they do for 16 days? They allow it to.
They allow it to develop.
Oh, so it just develops.
So
it
they
doesn't
grow.
actually. So it's not like it's 16 days old. It's not like 16 days after birth. It's 16 days.
Oh no, literally 16 days into
Oh, okay.
post-fertilization.
So that's not great, but that's not terrible.
Yeah, but they terminate it. It doesn't die. They have to kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Well,
don't.
they're
I
just
just
like an abortion, a pig abortion.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't understand why.
But the point is that they're not allowed to do it, but they've done it.
Yeah.
To that stage.
So now something is holding
right,
up.
Okay, I see.
Something is.
Well,
literally-
that's got to be.
Yeah, team ethics.
Yeah, team ethics, isn't it? Getting
Yeah,
involved.
Getting the knickers in a twist, and I don't. It's just frustrating. It must be so frustrating for
For
scientists.
researchers, yeah,
Mm.
who just want to help or make money.
They've already solved the problem,
Yeah.
and it works universally because you can essentially grow somebody like a personalised organ.
Now that's just like the island. Now, that's basically what you're describing.
What,
there.
the film?
Yeah.
The Island.
Yeah, with Ewan McGregor and is it Scarlett Johansson? Might be. Can't remember. Sweet Scarlett Johansson. How weird. If it is her, where they're actually clones. They don't know they're clones, but they find out that they're clones, and their sole purpose is to be killed for their organs when their owner needs them.
Ooh.
It's quite a good film.
2005.
Yep. Who's in it?
Ewan McGregor, Scarlett Johansson. You're good at this, aren't you? We've been here before.
That was Lost in Translation, and that was also Scarlett Johansson.
Have you got a thing with Scarlett Johansson
it's
films?
just coincidence.
Purely
Yes,
coincidence.
it's purely coincidence.
It's interesting here. I haven't seen it, but the cast is very
Yeah, it's good. I remember.
They're
being
listed
good.
twice. People who like this also liked Surrogates. Like you say,
I haven't seen that.
6.9 out of 10.
What, The Island?
Yeah.
Mm.
That was on IMDb this week, wasn't it? The episode of Game of Thrones, or it'll be last week's episode of Game of Thrones, that came out on like the 19th of June or something.
Yeah.
Is the highest rated thing.
I know it's meant to
Ever.
be so good, but I can't watch it.
It got a
'cause I
10 out of
don't know
10
Netflix.
on It got a 10 out of 10 on here, on IMDb.
You got a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, by like the community.
You probably have to be in the Game of Thrones world to
Yeah.
appreciate it, though.
I haven't seen it.
I was surprised Walking
I probably
Dead,
should.
the whole series of Walking Dead had, I think it was 9 point something. I was like, crikey.
Yeah,
I mean, it
people
is
love
great. I love Walking Dead. I think it's brilliant, but
Do you
I'm still
think?
surprised because it always pisses someone off.
Do you think people come round to the long form of the series more
The
than
series.
they're more invested in it. They're more
I know a lot
than
of people,
films.
Well, a lot of people argue that TV series are better because you get much more character progression. So in
Yeah.
a film, even in a trilogy or something, there's only so much character progression you get. So you only learn so much.
Well, realistically, what have you got? You've got 7 hours
Yeah,
at best,
at best.
based on a 2-hour 20 film.
Yeah.
It's like, and that's
Yeah.
long.
Especially, I think that's why people get pissed off when you get adaptations of books that don't quite cut it, because they're trying to condense all of those words of description into a film, which is nearly impossible.
And then
But,
also-
with a TV series, you got all that time to
Yeah,
explore it, haven't you?
And also, and as the caliber and the quality and the actors who are getting involved in these TV series,
And the budgets.
the budgets,
So there's like 10
the
million an
production,
episode.
the
for
production
Game of
values
Thrones.
on these, the cameras and everything. It's not
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's
the
not like you're
technology.
watching Neighbours
No.
anymore.
But when you
It's,
think about that, $10 million an episode. How many episodes in a series? It's American, so it's probably like 12.
Probably 12. Yeah, 12 hours,
It's a lot.
120 million, 12 hours entertainment.
It's a lot.
But look, it
think they were saying,
it breaks the internet every week. It comes out.
The lead cast, like Emilia Clarke and Kit Harington, are getting like $500,000 an episode.
I saw this. Yeah, I saw the figure for how many
Saw it
he was
the
getting
other day.
paid per second.
Unbelievable.
It was alarming.
Well, it's per second of what we see, but not per second that he works.
Oh, so somebody's also gone through and calculated his on-air time,
Yeah.
his on-screen time, which is also concerning. But yeah, I think
Crazy.
Also-
Get into acting if you're young.
yeah.
It's the answer to
But
that question.
I've big budget, long things that I've gone and thrown myself headfirst into. House of Cards.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
Well, obviously Kevin Spacey. I mean, he's come from like Hollywood.
Yeah, I
So-
always thought that was an odd move, but I
Yeah.
suppose it makes sense, really.
But like you say, each episode is an hour long.
Yeah.
Sometimes an hour and
45 minutes,
6
an
and
hour,
something.
whatever, yeah.
And you get 13 episodes.
You learn so
You learn so
as I say,
much
character
per
progression
season.
Wise, you get
You're essentially almost watching 2/3 of a film
yeah.
in a go. And
Yeah.
also with it being like Netflix releases where it comes out one chunk.
I think that helps as well.
If you
in
want
this
to,
modern age, I think that
yeah.
really helps because you can get
The
into
binge
it more.
culture.
Yeah, much better.
The binge culture.
But I think this is why when people watch Walking Dead and someone dies, people cry
Yeah.
because they've watched this character for 3 series. They've not built a connection with the character, but they've they learned so much about the character and they feel like they know the character, like they can describe who the character is and what their personality's like, and then they die.
Yeah, I
And
think
people would find
that
out saying,
exact
but in a
same-
film, you're watching Pirates of the Caribbean and some pirate dies. You're like, oh yeah, someone died.
well, you've only known the guy for 20
Well,
minutes.
exactly.
How much do you learn about somebody in 20 minutes? It's like, that's a
Not
really,
on a
good-
film,
really
anyway.
interesting point. It's, yeah.
So yeah, someone at work told me.
I had an email off
more about
Netflix
character progression.
this week.
Oh yeah.
The cost is upgrading
Oh,
the
y-
price
Oh yeah, I read about
to
that.
£7.49.
Yeah, irritating.
It is annoying. Probably still going to keep it though.
Yeah. See, this is the question, like, because Amazon Prime,
Mm-hmm.
although a lot of people say it's not as good because you don't get a lot of TV stuff on there, which you don't. There's a lot that isn't on there, or that's a bit slower to get on there and stuff. But I bought it in November and paid 59 quid because it was on offer.
Mm-hmm.
It's normally 79 quid, okay? Now, so straight away, I think you're actually cheaper than Netflix in a year there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
you're on the
it's-
student one, yeah?
No.
Oh, no.
normal.
Oh, you just got it on
Yeah,
the
normal
offer,
Amazon
yeah?
Prime, yeah. So even £79 a year, I think that's cheaper than Netflix. I don't know, I'm not good at maths. What's 79
It's
divided
coming
by
close.
12? Anyway, but it's not all about the TV.
No.
That's the thing.
No, you get a
And
lot of stuff. You
a
get
big
the Kindle
thing that you
stuff
can't do
and-
on Netflix that you can on Amazon, or I'm pretty sure you can't do on Netflix, is download and watch
No.
offline.
You can't save it to your iPad or
And
whatever
how
if you're going to
awesome
sit
is
on the
that?
train.
So when I go on a plane,
Mhm.
I can download a film or 2 films or whatever and watch them on an iPad.
Yeah. I do
For
it.
free.
You've got to dig around, but you can do it monthly.
What? Netflix?
Amazon Prime.
Oh, Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
£8.
Is it?
It's with the same price as Netflix now.
But you get next day delivery for
You
free.
get all the Prime next day
music
delivery.
as well, Amazon Music,
Amazon
which isn't
Music.
that bad.
Oh no, and there's
Pretty
some
good.
stuff on there that you can't get on Spotify.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Some releases, if
Yeah.
the obscure ones.
I find you get like an artist, but you only get a few tracks. So you miss like a couple of albums,
Mhm.
but you still get a bit of a taste of everything.
Yeah,
It's good.
and you get the
We're
Kindle
not sponsored,
thing.
by the way.
No,
Yeah, you get Kindle Lenders Library,
yeah,
where you can lend a book for an unlimited amount of time.
yeah. So if you're a slow reader
So,
or a quick
yeah.
reader, it doesn't
So you
matter.
just lend books.
I think you're
It's
allowed one a month or something.
It's something like that, yeah.
But
But for me, who reads one every 4 years, that's absolutely fine.
when I get my teeth into something, I burn through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it in the morning or
I
something.
can't get into books, really.
It
prefer a
depends.
film.
Yeah, I go. Well, it depends how much time you've got.
Yeah.
Like you say, film. If you've got 2 hours on a film, crack on. 2 hours taken up that you, because I went through a time a while ago, maybe I don't know, maybe 3 years ago, where I was really struggling to find a release. I had no idea. I couldn't find a release, like a pressure release valve from work or
Right, yeah.
everything like that.
Yeah.
And then I got massively into just binge watching on films because I realised that I could escape to wherever I wanted
In books.
for 2 hours on a film. And I could just turn on the TV. And because I couldn't concentrate on anything other than the film or the cinema, I used to go to the cinema like once a week.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and I didn't care what I was watching, like literally anything.
Yeah.
and good stuff, bad stuff, and it didn't matter. But because you had 100% concentration, your mind can't drift. It gave me like a bit of space from everything else. I don't know. I slipped out of that, and then.
Well, Odeon have released their unlimited thing now.
Oh, what, like a season ticket?
Yeah.
How much is that?
Oh, I can't remember.
Is
I was
it good
looking at it
value?
the other day. It's not bad. I think it's like one film a week or something, or one film every couple of days or something. It wasn't too bad. I thought it was quite good.
If it came out at like 2 films a month, I reckon you could get behind that. But however, cinema does go through lulls. I've noticed, because everybody builds up to the summer releases
or Christmas.
and the Christmas releases. There's like the June, July, August time, or the Christmas releases, because that's when all the money. And then obviously there's the pre-Oscar stuff. But then the Oscar-nominated films aren't necessarily the best films. I know that sounds ridiculous.
Well,
the ones
not
that get
always
critical
the most
acclaim
enjoyable to watch, are they?
Just because something gets critical acclaim doesn't mean it's
there's
the
a
best.
difference, yeah, they're often quite serious. I find the ones that are the best films are often really serious, and they're not the kind of thing that you just want to unwind to. There's something that you have to go down, and you leave, and you go, whew. You know. And sometimes you just don't want to go, whew. When you leave the cinema, you want to go, ha ha ha.
I went to watch The Revenant.
Yeah, see, that's
in the cinema.
Film.
Yeah, that was a whoof. We also made the massive mistake of going to an 11:30 screening at night or something.
So you left the
we
cinema
got out.
at 4 in
We
the
got
morning.
out at like 2. It was ridiculous. It was yeah.
Was it good though?
Oh yeah, I thought it was all right. It's just ridiculous. To be honest, I also, and more annoyingly, I don't think it was a. This isn't a controversial opinion. It's easier to act being mauled by a bear, right?
Yeah.
It's very literal.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if I ask you to act out being mauled by a bear or being in a fight or something, it's very obvious. It's very big, literal movements. Whereas if somebody is portraying a character that's going through emotional turmoil and manages to portray that through their acting, that is a best actor performance to me.
I think the thing is, though, with that particular performance, DiCaprio in Revenant, is it's the persistence of the character.
Yeah,
and it's that he
that's
he
what
does
became
go through,
annoying.
But he does go through emotional. I haven't seen the film, but he does go through emotional turmoil, doesn't he?
Well, he just died.
That's the point.
He would have died 20,000 deaths in that film. Exactly, but
it's a true story, though.
Well, it's obviously not.
It is a true story.
Yeah, but it's not to the level that it was
recorded.
Obviously,
yeah.
I mean, he flipping.
He
cauterizes a wound.
De Toro, wasn't it?
He cauterizes a wound on his own neck with like a cigarette.
Yeah.
Because when he's drinking water, it pours out the hole.
What? Okay, that's too far.
So I'm sat there like, come on, mate. And and before you go in, everybody, all they were talking about is how this is a best actor winning performance, and oh, it's brilliant, it's amazing. This is the one he's going to get it for. And I'm like, well, it's so obvious, it's so literal. He's not selling. He's not teaching me anything. I'm not learning about the guy.
This is exactly what we're saying, isn't it? It's a film rather than something you actually want to see. Oh no, sorry, it wasn't De Toro. It's Inarritu.
But I haven't seen. It was all shot with natural light. And as a film buff and somebody who works in that, who's as a filmmaker and everything, I can totally. It was a beautiful film.
See,
it was beautiful.
This is the thing. I remember once. You're gonna have to hear me out. I remember once I had nothing to do, bored, watching telly. This was in the days before Amazon Prime, and Twilight was on. So I was like, well, this was the first one. I'd actually gone to I got dragged to the cinema once to watch one of them. But I watched the first one, and I was like, oh, this is going to be terrible. And the storyline, I don't get on with. The characters, not particularly fond of them. So basically, it was terrible, and the plot was awful too, in my opinion. I'm sure the books are good. But the filmmaking was great. Really,
good
really
looking
good.
film.
Really good.
But like you say, that doesn't necessarily mean two parts of it. What did I watch the other day? I watched 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, right, yeah.
The other day. I don't know why it came up when I watched that. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great film. I laughed throughout, but that wasn't the point, sadly. It was hilarious. The acting was wooden, but as an entertainment thing that I could sit and chill out and laugh at, it was great.
This is what I've
it was
always
hilarious.
Thought with film reviews. I've always thought you need 2-star ratings. You need how good was the film, and how much did I enjoy the film, because they're separate.
It's funny.
They're separate.
My uncle, he does like a film club in Yorkshire and whatever, and they have that exact same
You need it.
policy.
You need 2 scales.
He sent me, and actually he
Because
sent
I've
me
seen
through
some
a big
shit
PDF
films
list.
that I love.
He sent me through a big PDF list that I'm working my way through. Yeah, and of like more obscure things. I mean, some of it's like subtitled "Whoa," and I just turn it off. But
Yeah.
and those things they don't. That's not my cup of tea. But it's fine.
Yeah,
Not everyone drinks the
exactly.
same kind of tea.
Exactly.
So that's the thing.
You need the 2 scales.
But the 2 scales of, and also sometimes films take themselves really seriously. They like go out with an intention to be that film, go and look like that, be that thing.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. I think it's you get a real mixture, real mixture. But that the 2 scales of enjoyment, the enjoyment and how good it was, don't necessarily. I would say more often than not, don't add up.
Oh no.
I would say they're unrelated.
Totally. As I say, I've seen some real shit films that I love.
Yeah.
Like Carry On.
Yeah, exactly like Carry On.
Carry On Up the Khyber or something. Shit film. But I love it. It's great. So much fun.
You've got to be in the mood for that.
Or like
though.
Mr. Bean's Holiday or something.
But you've got to be in the
They're
right
just
mood.
rubbish, but they're brilliant.
Imagine having a horrible day at work and coming home and being like, do you know what I'm going to put on? Mr. Bean's Holiday. And then try and sit through that. You would be like, you would want to put your fist through the wall.
You probably would.
You'd be riled up.
Yeah.
So there's a time and a place for film
Yeah.
that would nail it, I guess. Yeah. But you don't get that 2-part review type thing going down on like Guardian film reviews all the time.
No, you just get
Well, the lighting was terrible, and the storyline was abysmal, and so I've given it 1 star.
Well, film
Yes,
20.
but did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
I don't care how good it was.
But then it's their job.
Yeah, I know.
And imagine, it's really hard. If something isn't, say your hobby is cycling. You don't always want to go out and ride your bike. So if you work, and if that's your job as well, and you've got to go and do it every day. So those guys only do that because they love film.
True.
And if you're not in a good headspace when you go in and...
Yeah, that's
it
true.
must be hard because if you're not in the mood to go and sit down and watch something really intense or watch something really bad that you know is going to be bad,
I think,
like the new Ghostbusters film or something,
yeah.
that everybody knows is going to suck, and he goes in a bad mood and comes out and gives it 1 star. If he comes back in another day, it might be 2 stars.
I often find, more often than not anyway, IMDb, you have star rating and you have Metascore or Metacritic score, whatever. That is your good enjoy scale. The Metacritic score, Metascore, is how good the film is, because that's done by professionals. Well, I say professionals, it's done by people who look at stupid things when reviewing films. But then the star rating is the user-generated rating. So that's the one that tells you, did Joe Public enjoy this film? Yes, they did. I'll probably enjoy it too.
Then, it's like film, well, the BBC one, the BBC show, film, but then the date changes. Mark Commode and, what's her name?
I forget.
Claudia Winkleman. Yeah, that show, it gets it about right. Because they're 2 quite polar characters.
Him,
yeah, he's the serious film guy.
He's all right, though.
She's the one who pulls it back on.
But I've heard him say, fantastic film.
But it was
very
rubbish.
well produced, blah, 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 but I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But, Claudia Winkleman. Her daughter got savagely burnt wearing a Halloween costume once.
Really?
Yeah, it was awful.
Well, she's got set on fire.
Yeah, and it was one of those like non-flame retardant ones. Also, she is the sister of Big Suze in Peep Show.
Really?
Really. Who she's called Sophie Winkleman. Not just Sophie Winkleman. Let me find her full title.
She's a strange character, Claudia Winkleman.
Sophie
I quite like
Winkleman?
her as a presenter, but she's a bit...
Oh, come on, Wi-Fi.
I always think she's a bit of a Davina wannabe.
She's married to Lord Frederick Windsor. So she's actually Lady Frederick Windsor.
Lord Frederick Windsor?
Yeah. She's like Big Suze.
With the surname of Windsor?
Big Suze is royalty. Like, Big Suze... If there was
is he royal?
Yeah. He's the first cousin of the Queen.
Really?
Yeah. So if there was a massive horrible turn out of events and all the royals were killed,
Claudia Winkleman's sister.
Big Suze could become queen. Big Suze from Peep Show could become Queen of the United Kingdom. But that couldn't happen because they're not allowed to fly together or anything, are they?
What, the royal family?
Yeah, they have to fly in separate planes so that if
you
there
could
was...
have like multiple hitmen though.
Or like the other day when she stood out there in the Stablo Boss outfit, they could have done the whole lot on one balcony.
Yeah, see, I wonder that. Surely security's like tight as that. Or maybe they're holograms. Maybe they're not actually there.
Well, they're lizards anyway, so I don't know if you could actually kill them. That's why she wore
That
the
was-
green.
Oh, she's hiding her
Yeah,
lizard
so if
skin.
as if she turned into a lizard while everyone wasn't watching, and she
She's
turned
getting
to
old
camera.
now, so her
The
mind's not in
scales
right
come out.
place.
But how old's it? How old's old for a lizard?
I don't know how old lizards live to.
I don't know, but she's an alien lizard too.
This was covered on a previous podcast.
Which is David
Go back
Icke,
and
isn't it?
listen to it.
We like David Icke. I've decided he's a nice guy, and yes, he thinks he's the son of God. But, however, I like
Technically,
him.
we're all the son of God.
Really?
Going by the Christian
Really?
religion, yeah.
No thanks.
Technically.
We'll leave that there.
Well, if Adam and Eve are the son and daughter
Want Gary
of
and
God,
Steve? Yeah.
then we're his like infinite number of greats.
So we're inbred as well.
Yeah, and inbred apparently. That's the thing I've never understood. If Adam and Eve is real, and we're all inbred,
We wouldn't have been able to get past the
Then-
first stage.
yeah, but
Because
but
what would have
hang on,
happened
hang
is
on,
when
wait.
Adam and Eve had a child, then they would have, the only way that would have been able to recreate is if it had fornicated with its mother or
Yeah, that's
dad,
right.
depending on its gender.
That's
So
right.
step one was weird as.
Yeah, but that's the weird thing.
So when we ended up with a
But-
third arm coming from the baby's
No, but
chest,
think about it for a second. Hang on. So if we're all inbred now, when we inbreed, is that reversing the inbredness? So inbred children that we have now
that's too meta.
are not inbred.
That is so meta. But however, yeah, I hadn't just thought. That's the first time that's crossed my mind. Actually,
That's the first time it's crossed your mind that we're all inbred.
No, that if you're going to go from that insane opening story,
Yeah, of Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve,
Yeah.
the only way that we managed to get past Adam and Eve
It is the one thing that I've always wondered. I would love to know if there's someone out there who's severely Christian, please explain it to me. I don't understand it. How can we all be inbred? I don't get it.
yeah, or
There
how
must be
can
more to it than
how
that.
did we get past the first generation
how?
where they essentially
How
had
old
to
were Adam and Eve? Were they like teenagers? Were they 18 or were they like 40 something? Because
Are we picking holes that might not happen in the Bible? Are we going to start this?
I don't know.
I don't think this
Trouble is, I don't think I've ever read past Adam and Eve. See,
You ever
so
just
they
read-
might explain it in the second chapter.
I haven't ever read past that bit,
Oh, I don't think I've ever read it.
apart from a few other bits. But then if we're going to pick scientific issues and plot holes in the Bible,
yeah, probably
there's-
not a great thing to do.
there's
is it,
quite a
really?
few.
We'll be here all night.
we could be here all night.
A week.
Yeah. How long would it take to read it cover to cover, do
The
you reckon?
Bible. Depends
Yeah.
how fast you read.
As a normal person?
It'd probably take me about...
Well, you've already
Non-stop.
said it takes you 4 years to read a book earlier
Well,
this.
yeah.
so-
But that's not taking... It's just... I only read books in 4 years. But I would say... I don't know, non-stop or with, like, break. I suppose with
If it was an
breaks.
audio book,
Well, an audiobook probably wouldn't be that long, would it?
someone's definitely
16
done this as a
hours?
podcast, haven't they?
16 hours?
Somebody,
Something like
somebody has definitely recorded the Bible as a podcast.
that? Yeah, I don't know. Depends.
Let me
how-
search.
Depends how quickly you read, I suppose. Probably 6. I reckon about 16.
What?
Non-stop reading. Word for word.
The Bible audiobook. The complete Bible. I just want how long it is. 3 hours. The whole Old Testament
This is the King James Version.
is on YouTube.
Oh, let's listen to it.
3 hours 15. From King James, the whole lot, yeah. I don't know. It doesn't seem long enough.
How long did you say?
The Old Testament is 3
Yeah.
hours 15.
This is the King James.
Shut up.
I want to listen to the King James.
It's all split up. If you
3
want to,
hours, so what? I don't know. Is the Old Testament longer than the New Testament? Shorter? Don't know.
Oh no, it's his hours long. Like one book of the Bible's 2 hours 4.
He's probably reading it really slowly. And on the first day...
What, a bit like the kid at school who can't read when they ask him in English?
Yeah. Yeah, that used to... Oh.
We go around the class and you
people
dread.
might remember, I was one of those people that used to read slightly ahead. I was one of those really irritating children that would read the word for the person if they were struggling with the word.
Oh, you were that guy?
I was that guy.
No.
So they were like, and the teacher told the child he was despicable. It says despicable.
And this is why everybody didn't used to like you at school.
And this was later on anyway. This was after I stopped. This is when I stopped giving a fuck.
This is... yeah, I think I was talking about this the other day. I think the only reason they used to make you read out loud, not to prove that you could do it, not to shame anyone. I think the reason they did it was to prove that, because it was the only way of actually confirming that everybody had read the book.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
Because if they were like, "Hello, everybody, sit down, private reading, please," nobody would read it.
People wouldn't read.
Nobody would read it.
Yeah, it depends. Holes I would have read because Holes was great.
Oh, really? The
Yeah,
film's
I was
alright.
told.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. I can't remember. I was going to say the song, but I can't remember.
Shia LaBeouf. Which song?
Coming
The Shia
Out of the
LaBeouf Coming Out of the
Shia
Woods. Yeah.
He's holding up.
Gay Man's Orchestra singing it. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh, I saw one of those Facebook 360 degree. You know, they're like immersive videos
Yes.
that you can like zoom and pan around.
Yeah.
And it's just Shia LaBeouf in a cloud,
Oh yeah.
and it's just going, do it. And the first time I
Just
watched it, I
do
had it
it.
on my headphones, and it was all in like stereo.
Yeah.
And I had like Shia shouting at me from the back left corner, and it was the most disturbing. It was intense.
Did you realise what was super clever about that whole situation?
Which?
This Shia LaBeouf do it situation. He intentionally created himself as a meme
Yeah, I know.
because he filmed it on a green screen.
Yeah.
He knew that everybody would. We did it so that everybody would just turn it into a ridiculous meme.
Yeah, he
It was quite.
it's one of
very
those things.
successful
It's one of those
as well,
things
but-
actually where people can't ever. If somebody tells you to make a viral video, you can't, because nobody knows what goes viral. So everybody's
No,
like,
'cause it
oh,
changes.
unless you've got so much money to chuck at something, i.e., unless you're like Radio 1 who can go, or James Corden, and you can go and film a carpool karaoke where
Yeah.
you're guaranteed it's going to go viral.
Yep.
You can't.
You just don't know.
You don't know, because you don't know if the video of
a
you
bear jumping off a ladder.
onto or falling onto a trampoline and bouncing off on its head, or a
Yeah.
girl getting her head stuck in a Barney in a Barney
yeah.
helmet. You don't know that's going to go. You can't set out with the intention to make a viral video.
No, it just happens
Yeah, and you don't know you never know what's going to gain traction on the internet.
because it's the internet. It's a mysterious, dark, and wonderful place.
However, he did a pretty good job of understanding that he could take
Yeah,
the
he
mick
did,
out of
yeah.
himself.
Yeah.
But then he did. But if you go through his list of wild
Yeah, well,
stunts
it's
he
all
has
arty
done,
and weird, isn't it?
have you watched that silent interview he's done?
No.
Where he just sits
I'm
and
sure it's
stares.
thrilling.
He sits and stares opposite this woman for like 2 hours, and then it's just the GoPro of her looking at him and him looking at her, just staring at each other. Then they actually conducted the interview via text, email afterwards, and you can read all the email. And what he talks about is he goes deep about himself and what he's been through and everything. Like he like poured himself on the table.
I quite like Shia LaBeouf. I like him in the Sia song in the music video.
I
Thought it
quite
was
like
really
him.
good.
I liked him in Even Stevens
I liked him in Even Stevens.
back when he was pure.
Beans. Remember Beans?
I do. Yeah. Great show.
And what was his sister's name? Ruth or something?
I don't remember.
Don't know, something like that.
Was he in Lizzie McGuire too?
Don't think so.
Nah. Well,
Anyway, wow, yeah.
no better place to leave than Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
No better.
Actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf. If you don't know that, you need to look it up. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think it's called Actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Or if you just put Shia LaBeouf song,
Yeah, or Shia LaBeouf song.
and it's the one where there's like, interestingly, there's a bloke wearing a big paper mache head.
Yeah, a big paper mache.
What is it with
Shia
paper
LaBeouf
mache
head.
heads this week?
It's a very funny video.
You never see any paper books, any whatchamacallits, and then Next thing you know, it's
That's called Bader Meinhof.
what? You don't see it for ages and then it comes up loads.
Yeah, I think it said Bader. Anyone who knows German's probably going to cringe. I think it's Bader or Bader. Could be Bader. Bader Meinhof, something like that.
Right. Well,
Anyway,
thanks for tuning in.
thanks, guys.
You know where to find us on, like, Twitter
Yeah,
at @StarFor10Pod. We're on Facebook,
yeah.
and
That's Angus.
that's George. Oh, we've nailed it!
Yeah.
Yes! Yes! And yeah, we'll be back again.
Cheers, guys.
Probably with some speed, a midweek speed round,
Yeah, probably.
and then a full form. Yeah, if you want to give us a share or whatever, catch you again soon.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, bye.
That's how small.
I can feel my soul send me. I'm on my way. Can stop me now. You can feel the same. What have you done today to make you feel proud?
I've seen her live.
It's never too late to fly. What have you done today to make you feel proud? Ooh, yeah. You can meet so many people if you take that ride for freedom. It's a bit Cookie Monster, doesn't it?
You're like a mixture of the Cookie Monster and like Louis Armstrong.
I've totally nuked my voice
What's the
for
Louis
the next
Armstrong?
half hour.
What's the Louis Armstrong song I'm thinking of?
What a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world of green and roses too.
I see trees of green,
Red roses too. I see them blue for me and you. And I think to myself, oh, what a wonderful world.
Right, I think I'm ready.
I was just singing.
Do you know what we should do?
We should do Feeling Good by Nina Simone to really break it down, get us pumped.
Birds flying high. You know how I feel.
Her voice. I could just listen to her voice forever.
You know.
Sun in the sky. You know how I feel.
On me. You. It's a new dawn. It's a new day.
It's a new life for me.
Do you know what I'm going to do?
It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me.
Yes! Yes!
No, it clipped.
Good.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I know all the lyrics.
We actually have to record a podcast now.
You know how I feel.
But however, this is going to be added on the end of the podcast. So actually, if you've been lucky enough to hear, shush, shut up. If you've been lucky enough to hear this, thank you for listening all the way to the end of the
bonus.
podcast, because
The bonus feature when Angus,
Angus
just
is-
sing.
Angus has chopped this up and put it on the end. So yeah, right, let's go.